Hi, my name is Umay Birsu, and I'm a freshman industrial engineering student at Bilkent University. Today, I will be presenting my Physics 102 lab project. So the name of the experiment is Observation of Kirchhoff's Rules on a Complex Circuit. The aim of this experiment is to understand the Kirchhoff's rules, which are the junction rule and the loop rule. We will be conducting this experiment by observing and calculating the experimental values of the current and voltage changes in a circuit that consists of 5 resistors and a power supply.
To start off, let me introduce the equipment. A 20-volt DC power supply, conductive cables, a calculator, a multimeter to measure the voltage values between the resistors, and resistors with different resistance values. So we begin by determining our resistors. So these are the ones that I chose, and from the picture we can see the resistance values from R1 to R5. Then I set up the circuit with the 20 voltage power supply, and the junction points J1, J2, and J3 can be seen from the picture. So in here, we can see the calculations for the theoretical values of the currents passing through the resistors in the complex circuit. After, with the help of a multimeter, I measured the voltage drops caused by the resistors. Using Ohm's law and assuming that the experimental resistance values are the same as the theoretical resistance values, I calculated the experimental current values. Using these values, I calculated I1, 6, and 5 by the junction rule. Lastly, I calculated the experimental values of the EMFs of each of the loops from 1 to 3, and some errors occurred. So some errors occurred in the last two calculations where we used the junction and the loop rules. When we compare the values of I3, 5, and 6, we see that there's a significant difference between their theoretical and experimental current values. These differences made the error percentages to be high. There are some reasons for these significant differences to occur. The multimeter might have been insensitive, or the resistors could have been faulty. Therefore, the experimental resistance values might have been outside their tolerance values. This would make the error percentage to be an unexpected value. Thus, it is safe to conclude that error occurred because of the environmental conditions where the experiment was conducted in.